Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the Middleway Desk Clamp Power Strip. Now, as the name implies, it's a power strip that you can actually clamp to the side of a desk or a table so it stays exactly where you need it when you have to plug something in. Now, I'll start with a brief overview of the product just so you understand the specifications, and then I'll cover some of the features that really separate this from a lot of other models on the market. The unit itself is 5.5 inches wide, and if you clamp it to a desk, it's 2.5 inches tall. So it's small and compact, unlike a lot of other models on the market that are big and metal and industrial looking. When you clamp this to a desk, it almost disappears. The unit has a clamp on the bottom that'll support a table up to 1.6 inches thick, which is really important because, again, a lot of them will handle smaller tables, but if you get a thicker desk or a table, it's not wide enough to handle that. You'll also notice on the bottom there's plastic on the top of that attachment. A lot of them out there have metal on the top of that, and when you tighten it up, it'll burrow into the bottom of the table, and over time with plugging and unplugging, it'll work loose. The unit's made from ABS plastic, which is also fire retardant, and that's important. On the front of the unit, you'll find two heavy-duty AC outlets that are both grounded and three-prong, again, which is important for modern electronics that they're grounded. And you'll also find two full-size USB-A ports that can deliver 5 volts at 2.1 amps, which is super important because a lot of these products out there don't give you the specifications of those USB-A ports, and they might only deliver an amp or an amp and a half. And if you're trying to charge some of the modern equipment, like a Switch game console or some of the bigger tablets and phones, it could take forever. So having 2.1 amps there means you're delivering a lot of current to those devices safely, and you can charge those. It also has a long cord, which is something that's different than a lot of them. It's 4.9 feet long. It's heavy duty, and again, it's grounded. A lot of the ones that I tested had a really thin cord and it was really short, and it worried me that if I plugged in some heavy duty products up here, maybe a laptop and maybe a big charger, that the cord couldn't handle that current. So I love the fact that it's got almost a 5-foot long cord, 3-prong grounding on the end. Now, as far as clamping it to a desk, you basically slide it over the edge of the desk like this, and you tighten up the knob a couple of turns, and it's going to stay right where you left it. Now, one of the things that's different about this, again, than a lot of the other models on the market, you'll find a lot of products out there are very square and industrial looking, and the problem with that is the outlets are on the front, which really limits what kind of charger you can plug into it. So, for example, a lot of the modern chargers are like this, where they've got the transformer built in right at the AC prongs, and if it's offset like this, and you've got a unit that you plug in forward, you may not have enough clearance for it to actually fit, and even if it does, you're bending the cable so much that you're going to have fatigue over time. The fact that they've slanted the front means I can plug this in completely comfortably and not have any issues at all. They've also separated the AC outlets far enough where I could plug that in, and I could plug another charger into the right of it, and no issues whatsoever. So I've got a use of both of those plugs without interfering with each other, and I still have complete access to both of the USB-A ports on this end. And again, when you're comparing these against other models that are on the market, check to make sure that it's got a slanted front so you can use pretty much any power supply you need to with the unit. I mean, other than that, I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I've got 4 or 5 of them around the house because I'm always searching for an outlet to plug something in, and I can't stand having to crawl under a desk with all the cobwebs and whatever dust bunnies down there and try to find an open outlet. By having this attached to my desk, I can plug my laptop in, I can plug chargers in. It just gives me a lot of versatility, for plugging in all these modern devices. And that's pretty much all I had for today. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, stay nerdy.